Hi everyone, it's Dawn. Welcome back to my channel. So I have a small skincare haul for you today. I had gone to Ulta. I went there with a purpose to pick up a few skincare items that I ran out of or that I wanted to try. And then I also ran into Trader Joe's after that, and I picked up a few things, and none of them are very expensive. None of them are new to the market. And as you know, I mentioned in my last video, if you watch, so many of you probably already know anyway, Ulta is having like their 21 days of skincare. So each day they have skincare on sale for like 50% off, and each day it's something different. So you might want to check that out. I'm not buying anything from that sale. And also, Sephora has 4 times the points on their skincare. So if you purchase any skincare at Sephora, you'll get 4 times the points. So just a little FYI there. But what I did get are old staples, things that I've used over and over, and then 2 new products. So I'm just gonna jump in and try to keep this short and sweet. Okay, so first up, I purchased the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid 2% and B5 serum. And this is to support your skin barrier function, and everybody loves hyaluronic acid right now. I do too. And all this has in it is the ultra pure hyaluronic acid and vitamin B5, which is panthenol, which is really great for your skin and your hair, and it's just helps support your skin's barrier function. And this is what I typically use from La Roche-Posay or Vichy, and I love them. I have the Vichy 89 serum that I've recently talked about, and I have the La Roche-Posay hyaluronic acid and B5 serum. And I've explained to you all, like in past videos, how they're alike and how they're different, and I love both of them, but they're both more expensive than this, which is like $8 from The Ordinary. So I did go ahead and try this out for the first time last night, and it just comes in a dropper bottle like The Ordinary typically does. It looks very like scientific, and it has the pipette to disperse the product, and it's clear. And I just put a couple of drops on my face last night over another product, which I will get to, and rubbed it in. It does not have a scent. I believe these are vegan and cruelty-free. No scent whatsoever, and it is not like the La Roche-Posay. That one has a little fragrance to it, which I enjoy. I think it's nice. But I don't mind that this doesn't, and I think it's great that it doesn't. I don't mind one way or the other. The La Roche-Posay is not strong, but the La Roche-Posay is the one I typically use at nighttime, and it's very glidey, like it's very slippy, and it is really good for using with like my gua sha tool or things like that. This kind of just dries down completely and soaks in, similarly to the Vichy 89 serum. And what I like about it is that it doesn't leave like any residue or anything on top of your skin. It just kind of soaks in and seems to kind of plump from beneath. And I really like that. I think it's a great product for daytime, for beneath makeup and things like that. So like if I wash my face and put on a little toner, put on like my first serum, like my active serum for whatever problem I'm addressing, and then put this over it. And then you can like put your sunblock over that, because I use like a moisturizing or hydrating sunblock. And that's what I would do. But it's really nice for the price. It's really good if it works as well as the other two. So I'm just gonna give this a try for a while and see what it does to my skin. If there's like, if my skin is less hydrated than it is when I'm using like the other 2 serums. So anyways, let me know if you've tried this. It seems like a lovely product. I think it would be great for daytime. It wouldn't be great for my gua sha tool because there's no slip, but I think I would like it beneath makeup. So this is one product I picked up. The next product I picked up is also from The Ordinary, and it is The Ordinary Niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1%. And what this has in it is a very short ingredients list as well. It just has niacinamide 10%, and 1% of zinc PCA. And so I did Google zinc PCA, and I'm going to tell you what it says. Zinc PCA is a synthetic skin conditioning ingredient derived from zinc. Research shows that it has anti-aging benefits due to its ability to thwart destructive enzymes in skin that can damage its surface and lead to an aged and wrinkled appearance. So it sounds like it sort of works like an antioxidant, where it kind of just stops antioxidants stop oxidization, but this stops enzymes from damaging your skin. So I guess that's a good thing. And I was comparing this to the new skincare that Sephora carries. It's the Sephora brand skincare. I was looking at some of their products, and then I also looked at a niacinamide product from Youth to the People, which looked lovely too, and that only had like a 4% niacinamide in it. And so I thought I would go with the stronger one, the 10%, because I've seen so many people talk about it, and I have used products that have a little bit of niacinamide in them in the past, and it's really good for decongesting your pores. So it really kind of helps kind of retexturize your skin and help kind of decongest pores. And I do deal with some congested pores here, and like on the sides of my nose where I have a little bit of pore enlargement. So I thought I would try it. And I have heard people say that when they apply this, their skin turns red, that niacinamide can do that, kind of make your skin red at first. So I did use this last night as well, and I didn't experience that. It didn't feel like strong. Like I didn't feel like I had anything really active on my skin, which to me is good. I know some people, like when things burn or turn them red, they think that's good because it shows it's working. But I don't like that to happen to my skin, because my skin will then kind of like get dried out, or it will rebel and break out or something like that. So I applied this to my skin, and I was really careful with it because I didn't want to use too much. So again, it's in the typical scientific ordinary bottle with the pipette, and I just squeezed out a couple of drops. I didn't use a whole dropper full. I just used like 2 drops, and this has a little bit of a thicker consistency. It's not super watery. It feels slightly like a gel. And then I just used my finger and dotted it around my face, just a little bit I have here, and rubbed it in and down my neck and down my chest and the backs of my hands. And I let that kind of dry down. And then that's when I applied the new hyaluronic acid serum on top of that. And yeah, I did that last night. I didn't wake up with any splotches on my skin or anything weird going on. I haven't noticed anything yet. So yeah, I also purchased this, and I'm excited to see what it does for my skin. I'm hoping it will kind of clear up some pore congestion that I have. I also have some of those, like, I don't know, dermatologists call them something filaments, where it's kind of like here and here, and it's like a pore. It looks like it might have a little bit of a whitehead. You would never notice it unless you get really close up to a magnifying mirror. And it's just like part of like congestive pores. I complained about it once to my dermatologist, and she said, don't get too close to the mirror. It was like her advice, because I couldn't see it otherwise, and it doesn't look bumpy or anything like that. And so like if I get close to the mirror, I'll want to try to pick at it and things like that. So she said, just ignore it. But I'm going to try the niacinamide, and hopefully that will help. The next product is a product I've talked about before. I'm never without it, but I picked up a new Ordinary Glycolic Acid 7% toning solution, and you can read about this on the Ordinary site, but it's basically a glycolic acid toner, and I use this as my primary exfoliant on a regular basis. So I used to use it every day. Now I use it like every other day. So basically the way I use this is when I wash off my makeup at the end of the day and I'm applying my nighttime skincare, I will like wash my face and make sure all my makeup is removed. And then I'll take a little cotton ball and go over my skin with this, avoiding like my eye area. And I let it kind of just sit on my skin. It says not to rinse it off, but it does does kind of leave my skin feeling a little bit tacky on my skin for a little while, and then I rinse it off, pat my skin dry, and then I just spritz on a little bit of my toner before I apply my nighttime skincare, and I only use it at night. And this is just basically a great like everyday exfoliant, but I always have this on hand and it lasts a really long time. And I really like this product. And then the next thing is my like major exfoliator. And this is from The Ordinary as well. And it's the AHA 30%, BHA 2% peeling solution. And it's a 10-minute exfoliating facial. In both of these, all of The Ordinary products, they're very careful when they formulate them to make sure that they're at the right pH. And it says the pH on these, I think it's 3.6. Which is a good pH for these products. And this is red. I have seen so many people show this on YouTube that when you apply it on your skin, it does look like maybe you've like derma rolled or something, and your skin's like a little bit like, I don't know, if you apply a lot, it could look like your skin is bloody. If I apply a thin layer, like I typically do, it kind of just like dries and then it doesn't look so red anymore, but it does kind of look scary at first when you apply it. And I let it sit on my skin for 10 minutes and then I just rinse it off and then go in with like my toner and my hydrating ingredients. And I use this like once every 2 weeks. And I just did this a few nights ago. So I think that's why I can't really tell anything new with the new niacinamide treatment that I did, because my skin is like really exfoliated and looking really good and glowy right now. So yeah, I got these two as well because I'm running low on the ones that I have. And then I have another Ordinary product, and I've purchased this many times too. And this is the 100% organic cold pressed rose hip seed oil, and I go through this too. It's got a shelf life of 6 months from the time you open it, so I do try to get through one of these every 6 months. You'll know when it turns because it will start to kind of crystallize around the top of the bottle, and it will just kind of start to smell a little different. This does not smell like roses like you might expect. It's just this nice clear oil, and it does meet some of my qualifications for my, well, actually all of my qualifications for oils for my skin. They need to be organic and they need to be cold pressed, because when they're cold pressed or cold processed, they retain all of the benefits. And if it's organic, then it's harvested without any like pesticides and things like that. So you definitely want organic. So I really like that. And I use this with my gua sha tool. And I do use a gua sha tool. That's like the only device I use on my skin. I like to sit in bed at night and apply some oil to my face and use my gua sha stone. I have a jade gua sha stone, and I really enjoy it. And I feel like it brings a lot of blood to my skin's surface, and it's really good for my skin. And then this just kind of helps hydrate. And rosehip seed oil is high in vitamin A, which is like what tretinoin is made out of. So it's kind of like nature's kind of a natural retin A. You know, it's not in huge amounts, but it will work like a retinol or a vitamin A derivative product. It also has a lot of fatty omegas in it, and it's just really good for your skin's barrier. And it does have like kind of like an earthy scent, not a rose scent. And that's good, because if it does have a rose scent, it's usually something put in there to make it smell like roses. And I don't want anything extra in it if I can avoid it. So I've used this before and I really like it. And that's the way I use this. Okay, and now I'm going to move away from skincare and talk about brow products. And the next product is also from The Ordinary. And this is a newer product, and it is the multi-peptide lash and brow serum, and it has a lot of peptides in it. And when this first came out, I couldn't read any reviews. There just weren't a lot of reviews online about this, and I didn't want to stop using my Grande lash to try this because I was afraid then my lashes would go through a period of like shedding, and I'd have to try this to grow them again. So I'm still a little bit afraid to do that. I like the Grande Lash for my lashes, but I'm experimenting with this for my brows because this is a lash and brow serum. And so it just has a little brush at the end, and it's like kind of like a watery texture, but it's not super runny. And so what I am going to be doing with this is just kind of applying it, like kind of push it into my brows, onto my skin, and fill in my brows with this and see if I experience any growth, and I will report back. I'm going to be doing this every night. It says twice a day, but I know myself and I'll just forget to do it in the morning. So I'm just going to be doing this at night, and I'll see how it works and I'll let you know. So this is new. And speaking of brows, I picked up a couple new brow products. I've been getting a little bit bored with my brow routine. So I did pick up a couple of new products from Benefit, and these are not new, but they're newer. And one is the Brow Micro Filling Pen. And I got mine in light brown, and I think it's the best match for my brows. And it has these 3 little prongs in here. So what you do is you just kind of like, I guess, store it, or it doesn't have a bead in there to shake it. So the product you just assume is on these little prongs, and you use it to kind of fill in your brows for a microblading effect, because it's got those little prongs in different lengths that create like lines for your brows, and it's supposed to be waterproof, sweat proof, and humidity proof. So I'm looking forward to trying this and seeing how I like it. And then I picked up the small size of the Fluff Up Brow Wax, and this is a 12-hour wear waterproof feathery brow product, and it comes in the cute little bottle like all Benefit products come in. They have cute little packaging, and this one's just a smaller version, and it has like a nice kind of rubber bristle brush. It's small, and it looks like the product is white, but it says that it will dry clear. So for those of you who have dark hair and dark brows, I don't know, you might want to read some reviews to see if it does dry clear. It says that it does, but it looks white on the brush. Let me just give it a little go here. It's supposed to create those fluffy brows that everybody wants right now. And yeah, I don't see it. When I first brushed it on, I could see a little bit of the product, but then when I brushed it, it just kind of disappeared. So, and my brows are not super light. They're not blonde, so I would see it. So I think it might work well for those of you who have black hair as well. But I'm gonna be trying these 3 brow products and hopefully get like a nice, good, fluffy brow look going. I really wanna work on my brows. So after I was finished at Sephora, I did go into the Company Cosmetics Edit store, which is in the mall near my house. It's kind of like the outlet mall store, but it's like a more condensed version, and they have really great sales on MAC. MAC is always 40% off or more, and then they do carry a lot of other brands like Bobbi Brown, Too Faced, a lot of Estee Lauder, lots of other brands, but MAC is like really discounted there. So I did pick up a lip liner in the shade Subculture, and it looks like this. And I really wanted to get this one because it will look really nice with my nude lipsticks. I usually always use Spice for my nudes, but it's a little darker and spicier, and I thought Subculture might be a better match, so I'm really glad I picked this one up. And then I picked up another one of my new favorite MAC colors, and it's from the Luster Sheen collection, which is kind of like a lipstick that it's a little balmy and sheer, and I love the Luster Glass lipsticks. If you purchase them online, an important thing to know is that the way they look in the tube is like kind of concentrated color, but they go on more sheer than that. And that's what it looks like. And this is called Thanks, It's MAC. And it's just a really pretty kind of taupey pink with like a little bit of silver pearl in it. And it's just a really pretty nude. I think for my skin color, I like it a lot. So I got a new one of these because I've been using the heck out of my old one and it's running low, and I wanted to get it at the Company Cosmetics Edit store where it's always 40% off. And then I also had another shade that I really, really loved a lot this fall and winter. I don't typically wear mauve berry shades, but I found a MAC shade called Mehr, M-E-H-R, that I really liked a lot. And it's like a berry mauve, and it's from the Matte Finish line. So let me just swatch this here. This is what it looks like. It's just a really nice berry shade. And what I like is to apply it and then take my finger and rub it around, and it gives you that kind of blotted finish that's really popular now, the blotted look. It's kind of matte but blotted off, and then you can top it with a gloss or not. But MAC mattes are really comfortable. They don't dry out my lips. And so then I picked up a second box of Mehr, and I'm gonna send it to one of you. So if you'd like to enter a giveaway, just in the comments, leave me a comment and say the word berry somewhere in your comment, and I'll know that you wanna be entered. And 7 days after this video goes up, I will use randomcommentpicker.com to select a winner. This will be an international giveaway because I can just drop this in one of those envelope mailers with the, poppy things on it. What do we call those? Those poppy things. It kind of irritates me. People call it blister packaging, and we never called it that. We always called it bubble wrap, and now they call it blister wrap. I don't like that. I like bubble better. But I can just drop it in a mailer and send it out, and it won't cost an arm and a leg like it would if I mail a big package. So that will just be like a nice little extra giveaway. I always do a giveaway with my favorites, but this will be an extra one. So let me know if you want to enter the giveaway. And I hope you enjoy this. Let me know if you're trying out any new skincare, or if there's anything that has interested you and you're curious about. I just love interacting with you. And this year, since I'm using so much of my own stash makeup wise, I'm really focusing on my skincare and brows and things like that, my hair, trying to get everything looking really healthy. So that's the goal. I will see you next time. Thank you for spending some time with me.